Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm gonna make a quick video going down the Lakers roster here and giving my opinion on who I think will have the best impact on the Los Angeles Lakers this season and who will have maybe a negative or a bad or no impact at all on the Lakers this upcoming season. And the season's a week away, so I mean we'll know for sure who will make the good impacts and who's gonna screw us over in some games. So, anyways, let's get started here. First player we have on the list is Anthony Davis. I think Anthony Davis is a great player overall. He's one of the top rim protectors in the NBA, as well as he has a very long wingspan. So that'll help in plenty of defensive defensive plays when it comes to blocking and defending in general. Having an anchor down low in the paint, you know, that's going to be great. And then, of course, offensively, Anthony Davis is one of the best scorers in the NBA. Just give him just give him the fucking ball down low and let him get to work, you know. So no, Anthony Davis is one of the top players in the NBA. So he doesn't even have to fucking try, and like he's still going to be one of the best players to play in the NBA just because he's so physically gifted. So yeah, I don't really have to say much about Anthony Davis other than he's going to make a great impact on the Lakers this season. And then you got Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma is an interesting player because he's a great shooter, but at the same time, his defense and playmaking and pretty much all the other aspects of his game are kind of weak. He's still a young player. What is he, 24 years old? So he still has plenty to learn. And he's he's made a pretty big emphasis on improving his defense and communicating more on the side of the defensive end, as well as his playmaking and ball handling. So I expect Kyle Kuzma to come into the season with a little bit more in his arsenal, I guess you could say, as well as improved shooting because he's worked on that as well with Lethal Shooter, one of the best shooting coaches in the NBA. And Kyle Kuzma, he might have like a weird impact on the team. I think he'll help us out some games, and then other games he might shoot us out of games. But he is projected to be the third best player on the team on paper. I mean, Danny Green is kind of close to being that too, but I'd say Kyle Kuzma's the third best player on this team. So, I mean, technically, he should have the third greatest impact, right? Let's move on to LeBron James. LeBron James is LeBron James, so it's not really much to say other than he needs to step on. He needs to step up on his fucking defense, and stop with the bitching and the whining, and just play. He's gonna be more motivated than ever. He's tired of failing. He's got knocked out of the finals. He didn't even make the playoffs last year. He's tired of all that shit. So he's gonna come back this season with an edge, and LeBron James is gonna have a good impact nonetheless. He knows how to make plays. He helps you win basketball games. So there's not much to say about LeBron James other than that he's one of the all-time greats, and he's going to make a great impact on the Lakers this season, next season, and so on and so forth. Kostas Antetokounmpo, he's an interesting player. He's on a two-way contract. Still very young. 21 years old, almost 22. There's not much to say about him. I personally don't know too much about Kostas. I know that he has like the same body type as Giannis. He doesn't have the same explosiveness yet as Giannis Antetokounmpo, his brother, but who knows, man? Interesting prospect for sure. Same with Taylor Horton Tucker. I'm really not sure. I think he's just gonna play a lot of G League minutes. Maybe he'll play some backup small forward minutes here and there, but I'm not really expecting too much from these two. They're both still very young. Now we're moving on to Danny Green. Danny Green's a great defender. He's a great shooter. He helped Toronto Raptors, obviously, win the championship. Well, actually, that was Kawhi Leonard, but Danny Green's going to have a great impact because of his defense. His shooting is inconsistent at times, but where he makes that bread is from his defense. As he's getting paid $30 million for 2 years, so $15 million a year. I expect Danny Green to have some good nights and on the offensive end and some streaky nights. I think he's a volume shooter. He's not really a consistent shooter, so but you can never go wrong with his defense. It's a huge upgrade over Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. So Danny Green's going to have a great impact. He's going to be up there with Davis, Kuzma, LeBron James as one of the most impactful players on this team. DeMarcus Cousins is out for the season, so there's not much to say about him. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, I think, is going to have a pretty bad impact on this team. There's a lot of players that play his position. We signed a lot of guards this free agency, which is kind of interesting. I think one of the main reasons why we signed plenty of guards is because Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is a very streaky player. As he usually has like roller coaster type of seasons, so he's kind of, he scores a lot of points and then he kind of goes down with his scoring and scores like 10 points and 9 points or whatever. He seems to only play good when the team's not making a playoff run. So that's a weird look. His defense is questionable as he has trouble guarding the pick and roll and staying on ball against his defender. As well as he gambles a lot on defense. He tries to go for like a steal and it ends up kind of, backfiring at him. So, yeah, I think we should trade Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Honestly, I don't really see any kind of positive impact that he'll have, for one. I think he's been on the Lakers a little too long now, right? He's been on the team for 2 seasons. Of course, you got the Clutch Sports, group there, right? I think that's why we're trying to appease his agent and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope at the same time. He's definitely a tradable asset. So I'm not too excited about Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Of course, you got JaVale McGee, who is another great rim protector. And he had a pretty good season with the Lakers. I feel like he had a resurgence with the Lakers. I expect him to be the starting center over Dwight Howard. And JaVale McGee's a good shot blocker. Him and LeBron have great chemistry, as LeBron averaged the most assists to JaVale McGee. So as long as he stays healthy, he should have a good impact on this team. I'm not too excited about him, but he's a good player that's definitely could give you starter minutes. Well, he can't play too many minutes, but he could give you some starter minutes here and there. Maybe Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee might switch up the starter positions. Who knows what's going to happen with that, but overall, JaVale McGee will have a good impact on this team. Quinn Cook. I think Quinn Cook is another player that might have a negative impact on the Lakers. As on the Warriors, he had one of the worst plus minuses on the team. If not, it was the worst. For one, his defense is just terrible. He's only 6'2". He's not very strong. Only weighs about 179 pounds. So he has trouble guarding guards. As good as he is on the offensive side with his 3-point shooting, it kind of cancels out because of how bad his defense is and how much it hurts the team. So honestly, I'd rather have Rondo or Caruso playing over Quinn Cook. Honestly, I'd rather have Quinn Cook playing like the shooting guard position, but his defense is pretty questionable. So yeah, I think Quinn Cook's not going to have a very good impact on this team. Got Jared Dudley, bench warmer for sure. He's going to warm those seats up, right? But I think he's going to have a good impact in the locker room, as well as he'll be that veteran sort of mentor for the younger players on this team. That's what I'm mainly excited about for Jared Dudley. I feel like he'll be like that glue guy that kind of unites the team together when things get rough. Start losing games, or if we lose like a lead, he'll bring everyone together sort of and kind of mellow out all the players. And everything's fine, everything's okay. Let's just, he's just one of those players that he's a good mentor. But overall, as a player, I'm not expecting much from him. He's an old fart. Nah, he's old. He has a decent 3-point shot still, right? He plays with a lot of heart and passion as well. He might give us maybe 5 to 10 minutes a game. But I don't think he'll have a great impact or a bad impact. I think he'll just go out and play, and whatever he brings to us, hopefully he contributes positively, would be great. Next up is Troy Daniels. Troy Daniels is another player that I'm not sure how many minutes he's going to play, as we have plenty of guards, so it'll be tough to find minutes for Troy Daniels. But again, he's a great 3-point shooter. If we make the playoffs, which we better make the fucking playoffs, he could definitely help us out, bring more depth at the 3-point shooting position. And like I said, so to me, he's kind of like Jared Dudley. Whatever he brings when his number is called, that's all we could really ask for, because we're not really expecting much from them in the first place. So yeah, I don't expect him to really have any positive or negative contribution. His defense is kind of suspect, but we signed him because of his shooting at the end of the day. So he just needs to make sure that he makes threes. Next up, Alex Caruso. Alex Caruso is an interesting player, because it's like, well, some people think he should be starting, and then some people think he should be coming off the bench, and then others think he should not even be playing. I think Alex Caruso, I think he should be starting, as at the end of the last season, he was like the only player that really made the games watchable at that point. He was averaging plenty of assists. He was fucking dunking on the Warriors' heads. As you saw that one dunk, he just slammed that shit over Kevin Durant. So he's pretty athletic. He's very smooth. And he's a good point guard. He's developed into a good point guard. He's not on a 2-way contract anymore. Like, he's actually on an NBA contract now. So you have to take this guy seriously now. The main question with him is, does he start or does he come off the bench? He needs to improve on defense, and his consistency as well needs to improve. But I'm excited about Alex Caruso. I think he should be starting with LeBron and Anthony Davis and those guys. You got Rajon Rondo next. Rajon Rondo is getting older, but some people think he should be starting. Like I said, there's a debate going on with Caruso and Rondo. I think Rondo would be better off the bench. He doesn't play well with LeBron James. Rondo needs the ball in his hands to be effective, first of all. His defense it's regressed. It's not as good as it used to be at all. I think at this point Rondo is a bench player because he can still make an impact, but he just doesn't have like he doesn't have the legs under him anymore. He's just old. He had one of the worst plus minuses on the Lakers last season, and that's because he started playing with LeBron James, and Rondo did not play well with LeBron. They had no chemistry at all. So yeah, just Frank Vogel, if you're watching this video, I think Rondo should be coming off the bench. That's my thought, my opinion. So yeah, I think Rondo, depending on if he starts or comes off the bench, will have a good impact or a terrible impact. Terrible impact if he starts, pretty good impact if he comes off the bench. Next up is Avery Bradley. Avery Bradley is a hit or miss player that we signed because when he was on the Clippers, he looked like shit. Well, once he signed with like the Memphis Grizzlies later on that season, he brought his numbers up to like 16 points per game and 4 assists per game. So we just gotta hope that we get the Avery Bradley that the Lakers are very much in need of, which is Avery Bradley that plays defense, that can shoot threes, that passes, that makes the extra pass. And it seems like there's just, Avery Bradley, he either fits in like the system that you're playing in, or he's kind of an outcast. So he'll either fit in or he won't. But I'm gonna be optimistic. I think Avery Bradley should have a good impact on this Lakers team, and arguably he should be the backup shooting guard, or hell, he might be the starting point guard. He's only 6'2". He could play point guard minutes, and he's a good defender. Who knows what Frank Vogel will do? Zach Norvell, not expecting much from him as, again, he's on a 2-way contract. So, but I watched him in the summer league. He looks like he might be something special in this league. I think he'll be a good role player in the NBA. Something special. I don't know if it'll be something special, but Demetrius Jackson, I don't know who that is. Devontae Cook, not sure who that is. Jordan Caroline, not really sure who those guys are. Now we go on to the last player, Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard is projected to be our backup center, depending on how he plays this upcoming preseason up to the regular season. If he's looking a lot better than Dwight Howard, if he's looking a lot better than JaVale McGee, then you should probably consider giving Dwight Howard the starter minutes. Like if Dwight Howard's looking like Charlotte Hornets Dwight or Orlando Magic Dwight, you're giving him the starter minutes. It'll be interesting. I think Dwight Howard will get off to a good start because, he's going to want to prove everybody wrong, the fans wrong, as to why they, don't like him or whatever is in his mind. But the truth will start showing around January, February on whether or not Dwight Howard still has that motivation to come out every night and, average like about a double-double for the Lakers. So that's what we're expecting as Laker fans. We still think Dwight Howard's capable of averaging, at least 10 points, 10 rebounds a game. So if Dwight Howard comes in and he's averaging close to a double-double, that would be a great impact. Or again, maybe he won't. He might come in, be the same old Dwight Howard from the last time, and might fuck up our chemistry and all that stuff. So, like, Dwight Howard's hit or miss, but you have to be excited about the prospect of Dwight Howard coming in and, you know, making a great impact on this team, and hopefully it leads to, you know, the playoffs and playoff run and shit, maybe championship. We will see, but yeah, that's my opinion on the Lakers roster. I don't really go into advanced stats and all that. Maybe I'll make another video on that, but just wanted to give a video on my opinion on literally all the players on the team. So yeah, it's a pretty long video, longer than I expected, but just wanted to give my insight to you guys, and hopefully you guys agree, maybe disagree, who knows. But thanks for watching my video, guys. Stay tuned for more Lakers content, and I don't know if I already said this, subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching.